This video will teach you how to make a paper head sculpture. For the project, you will need sketchbook paper, 2 or more sheets, scissors, glue or glue stick, paper clips if you're using glue. You might also want a straight edge and a pen. To begin, if you've ripped your paper out of your sketchbook, you can cut off the ripped edges. Once you have the edges clean, take your one sheet of paper and rub it along the edge of a table or a surface to curl the paper. You can then apply glue stick to one end of the paper. If you choose Elmer's glue, it will just take longer to dry, and you might need your paper clips to secure the edges until it dries. Now you have the tube for your neck. The second piece is going to be the piece for your face. So you'll take the second sheet of paper, fold it in half, and then draw a face shape along the side of your paper. Cut this shape out. Again, use the edge of your table to soften the crease in the paper and to make the paper curl. Attach this piece to the tube, again with glue stick. This is now the skeleton of your face. The next part is what I consider to be the trickiest part of the project, so watch closely. You'll take the leftover scrap of paper and cut off the top portion that goes across the page. Now take this portion and cut in half. Open up the fold and cut in half again, and you should end up with 4 equal-sized strips of paper. Now take this paper and place a dot of glue in the center of one and line up the other in a plus formation. Add the third strip as a diagonal and the fourth strip as the fourth diagonal, so you end up with this asterisk-shaped piece of paper. Apply pressure to make sure the glue is distributing equally and that the pages are sticking together. Now you can use your fingers to kind of curl the ends of the paper. Make sure you hold in the center and use equal, firm, but delicate pressure so that you don't rip the page. This might take some practice. Once you have all the edges sort of curled so that you can create a dome shape, then apply glue stick to the end of each strip. Again, this next part you might want to watch first and then go back and rewind and try it on your own. Once you have glue stick applied to all of the edges, you're going to curl this asterisk shape into the shape of a ball and insert it into the top of your head. The idea is to press the ends of the strips evenly around the tube that you created. This is creating the top dome shape of the head. As I said, this is probably the most difficult part of the project, so don't give up if it gets frustrating. You can add glue if the glue stick doesn't appear to be working. Continue going around each end, trying to affix the ends of the strips to the inside of the cylinder and maintain a dome shape with these 4 strips of paper. Once you have the basic shape, you can also pick up and put one hand on the inside of the cylinder, applying pressure to the inside of the strips while using the other hand to apply pressure to the outside. After some time and a little bit of patience, you should end up with the full skeleton of your head. And now you're ready for the next step. Make sure you hold on to your scraps of paper because this will come in handy. Make sure that you look in Google Classroom for the examples of the different styles of faces you can make and add to your paper head sculpture. Remember the techniques that we practiced last week. Now you'll use them to create your facial features. For mine, I decided to use a spiral cut for the eyes on my sculpture. Because I want my face to be symmetrical, I doubled the paper so I would end up with two equally sized eyes. I also want the eyes to stand out a bit from the face, so I made two accordion folds that I will attach to the back of the eyes to raise them away from my sculpture. I'll apply these accordion folds with glue, pressing firmly and making sure they're dry before moving on to the next step. It's now time to affix these to the front of the face. Make sure you take a look at the overall symmetry of your sculpture and decide where you want your features to lie, and apply more glue to attach your eyes to the face. I decided I want my sculpture to have a mustache, so I made a pleated accordion fold as well as a nose shape that I will now attach to the face. Again, make sure you look at the resources in Google Classroom for lots of examples on different shapes and ways you can design the facial features of your sculpture. No face has to be the same. The hair can be a really fun part, and again, look at the book and the examples in Google Classroom on ways you can curl or fold or cut the paper to create hair designs for your sculpture. Because I wanted to use the same pleated accordion style that I used for the bangs, I made 4 equal strips of paper that I can use to make my next set of accordion pleats. I continue adding these accordion pleats until the entire dome is covered with these shapes. And there you have it. There's your final sculpture. I hope you enjoy creating your paper head sculpture. Be creative and have fun.